My name is Zohare Haider, and I'm one of the co-founders of Foona Review. I'm a digital and project management guy building all kinds of things, digital and otherwise.
Hi, I'm Sophiya Khwaja. I'm also a co-founder of foona, and I am an artist. I exhibit and create art both in Pakistan and in the USA.
Foona Review, lowercase f for the first name and Foona for short, was inspired by a moment. It's the same moment that we all face at a restaurant at some point in our lives. Is this what I ordered? And is it going to be worth what I'm going to pay for it?
Foona's inception was to be a public platform where people can share and read reviews for eateries and restaurants. The word foona itself is a hybrid between the word food and the Urdu word khana.
The idea for all of these other features to be included on the platform was basically to make sure that it's not just about one thing. You have to draw audiences, and the only way that you can draw them is by giving them information that they're actively looking for. Food just happens to be at the center of our plans. At first, the development was slow, of course, with a very small team focusing on just building up the platform. We've spent almost 2.5 years just working on the science behind the platform, and now we've started in the last maybe 7 or 8 months. We've really started focusing heavily on the design aesthetics, the user experience, and things like that. In April 2014, we launched our new beta platform, which caters to about 7 cities in Pakistan at the moment.
I think is the coolest feature actually on Foona is that Kickstarter chefs can submit their recipes and start kitchens in Foona. So their recipes are searchable through the integrated search system that we have.
Basically, we're going to release these over the next 1 to 2 years in phases so that people get used to and accustomed to the way the site operates before we introduce too many complicated features. We want people's user experiences to grow with the site and help us to modify that or improve it based on how they interact with it, what kind of information is useful to them, and how we feel like it's actually going to add value to their lives. So those 4 facets are basically the restaurants, recipes, reviews, and experiences.
As we already mentioned, we recruited an agency, the Digital League, to support our social front, and they've done a remarkable job in the last 7 months since joining us. They're like family to us, and we all operate as a single team. Our community and engagement across various platforms is very diverse, and it's actually increasing as we speak. Facebook boasts nearly 40,000 fans with a reasonably growing engagement rate. Twitter has about 274 followers with an engagement of about 2.2% per month. Instagram has about 246 followers with an average of about 20 or 30 likes per post. And Google Plus is the newest kid on the block, and we have about 96,000 post views on Google Plus.
The interface is designed using a customization of the Twitter Bootstrap framework, which uses HTML5 technology, bundled with several additional JavaScript and jQuery modules that add power to the Foona experience. In essence, he is the technology behind Foona. It's amazing how much he's been able to explore, discover, and pilot. His passion for developing drives the core of our plans, which is basically experiment and never say no.
Negative feedback happens to be very little at the moment, perhaps under 5% to be generous. Whatever we do get, we take very seriously because every customer has a voice, and everything that they have to say matters equally. Our aim eventually is to ensure that it always remains minimal. Whatever comes up will be managed extremely quickly.
We link directly to the original source, so we don't dilute any of the traffic. Instead, we're actually adding significant references to these sites. So I think that it's fair to say that at the moment we haven't given rise to any reason for people to actually have criticism. We recently ran a contest on Facebook, actually across all of our social media assets as well as the website. It was a Bakra selfie campaign, very popular movement in the last week or so. We launched it about 15 days ago, and suffice to say, we had an incredible response. We're still tabulating the results, but that was probably our first exposure to a public audience interacting with us as a brand directly. I suppose it's to conquer the food world with credibility and abundance of easy to access information, and essentially become the source for all things food. From content we house to the plans we have incorporated in our upcoming version 2 of foona.net, and to also recently being selected to exhibit as an alpha stage startup at the Web Summit in Dublin next month. We recently also were approached by ArabNet to compete in the startup competition, but we respectfully declined that for now because we thought it's more important to focus on what we have and then build up something more substantial so that when we enter the Middle East market, we're more prepared for that audience as well. The Web Summit is just a huge launchpad for us because it'll expose us to a world of entrepreneurs and startups and investors, as well as media. And we're going to use that as a learning experience to establish what it is that we expect from ourselves. But in principle, we're looking to build a solid platform, establish a good community of people who enjoy participating with what we're offering them, and grow a market slowly. We're building a very robust business plan and a financial model with the support of our business advisor. And we have built up a solid team as well. We're covering legal fronts, the accounting fronts. We've got a content team. We've just hired somebody new a few days back. We've got another recruit being hired next week as well. We're partnering with an HR consultancy, which will help us to manage a very efficient HR function as well. And the team is growing. Appetites are equally growing as well. And this means we have a lot of financial management to consider, which results in the need to focus on building a very robust and solid platform and audience so that investors can take a tasty bite, essentially, out of our business in exchange for some fundraising that we will need eventually.